It's no secret, BaByliss has officially teamed up with Tomb 45, and together, they've just dropped 2 absolute bombshells on the industry. But before we get into it, I just want to say how inspiring it is to see Chris Bossio and the entire Tomb 45 squad rise up like this. Think about it. A barber from humble beginnings starts making YouTube videos, builds a team, launches a brand, and grows it to the point that a multi-billion-dollar clipper company takes notice. Not many people can say they pulled something off like that. Now, this new collab has been heavy in my rotation for these past 2 weeks, and I've been putting it through all kinds of hair types. And today, I'm gonna bring you the full breakdown. If you're new here to the YBA, welcome to the place where we don't just talk about clippers, we give you the realest and most in-depth reviews in the game. So buckle up, because if you miss this one, you're missing out on a major moment for the barber world. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick things off with what's in the box. First off, of course you get the clipper itself, but then you get a full set of guards ranging from a half all the way up to a 4. And these guards, they deserve a moment of their own. And trust me, you're gonna wanna see a little later in the video. If you caught me on that live fade I did the other day, you probably saw me struggling a little bit with these guards. More on that in a minute. You're also gonna get a USB-C charging cable, which is always a plus, and a small bottle of oil to keep everything running smooth. Now, before I ever put any new clipper to work, I always run through my usual routine. The first step is usually checking the blade, zero gapping it, making sure it's set, but honestly, these came dialed in straight out of the box, so no adjustment needed. Now, what I do recommend, and what I always do, is I let them run for a minute or so, and then I give them a good cleaning, and I put some oil on it. If you want your clippers to stay sharp and last long, making this a part of your process, you take care of your clippers, they're gonna take care of you. All right, so let's get into the specs. Because this BaByliss Tomb 45 wireless charging clipper is loaded with features that makes it a serious contender. First up, it's rocking a black titanium metal injection molded fade blade. Now this blade is my favorite blade that BaByliss has, and it seems to be good for just about everything from fading to detail wear. These blades have oil reservoirs, and I can say about 85 degrees is the hottest I ever clocked it at. Then you get a 5-position locking stretch taper lever. It can open a bit more than traditional levers when in the open position, and it should give you a little bit more latitude when blending. So I'm a big fan of knowing and understanding my equipment, and when you know certain things, you're gonna be able to do certain things. Like for instance, you know this has a stretch bracket. That means that when you go ahead and detail, you're gonna be able to open that up and you're gonna be able to do certain things. So learn your stuff inside and out. You've also got an LED battery life indicator in the front, so you always know what your battery life is at. And as per power, this thing has 4 hours of runtime on a full charge, and I'm not sure if that means on low power mode or high, but I've found it to have more than enough power to do most of everything on low power. The only time I really think you should probably crank it up is during clipper over comb, because pushing on that a little bit, I was able to get it. But once I crank it up, it was absolutely good. Now, the other thing that was a little weird was at first my battery life indicator seemed like it was a little bit inaccurate. Like it seemed like it was giving me, weird readings. But after I killed it all the way dead and recharged it, the battery reporting has gotten better, and it does seem to be pretty accurate. Now, the design here is actually pretty thoughtful. It feels great in your hands. It doesn't slip. I love this rubber part on the body. And when I first watched a couple of the first reviews on this, it actually looked a little bigger than it is, but it's actually quite compact. It's just about 6 inches long, and it's really about the same size as that 360 GZ clipper. However, it is a little bit thicker. And some guys kind of like it thick. As for the weight, that's kind of where the chunkiness comes in. It's 325 grams, so yes, it might be a little bit heavier than some of the clippers I've been testing recently. Now it's wireless charging compatible, so if you've got a wireless charging pad, you can just drop it on there and keep it moving. But if not, no worries, it has USB-C charging. FX cords also work, so you do got some options. And I gotta say, being that the clipper and the trimmer's battery life is so good, I would recommend just using one charging pad. If you didn't want to buy 2, you can easily get away with 1. What's so funny?
Let me get another mold real quick. I don't know if mine would be this big, but yeah, I mean.
You think they did that on purpose?
Yeah, I would have.
When it comes down to performance, all right, with all the features out of the way, how does this clipper actually perform? Honestly, I was pretty impressed straight out of the box. The blade was set really well, no adjustments were needed, and the first thing I noticed was how quiet this thing is. The highest I was able to get it to measure on low power was 61 decibels, and let's check it on high. So we're getting about 61 decibels on low power setting, and when we put it to the high power setting, we're getting about 69 decibels. As for the weight, yeah, it's definitely a little heavier than some of the other clippers I've been testing lately, but honestly, the balance is solid. This Tomb 45 clipper, it moves through bulk easy, fading, same story, no snagging, no pulling, really nothing to complain about. Just to be real with you, when I'm testing new tools, I usually find myself reaching back to one of my favorites when I start to struggle with a section, but with this clipper, once I swapped back to my usual guards, I had zero issues. It handled everything I threw at it, and honestly, it might be the best clipper that BaByliss has ever produced. So yeah, performance with this clipper, definitely living up to the hype, but as I mentioned earlier, the guards play a huge role in how smooth your cuts go. And if you caught that live fade the other day, you already know I ran into a hiccup or two. So let's break down the guards real quick, talk about what worked, what didn't, and what I wound up doing moving forward. Now look, I already knew the machine itself was gonna be solid. Tomb 45 wasn't gonna put their name on something that didn't work. But what I was really curious about was these guards. And before anybody jumps in the comments saying, Ed, it was probably the stretch bracket that threw you off. No, don't even go there. I've been testing clippers with that mod for years, and I'm quite comfortable with that. But here's the truth. I found myself struggling with these guards on certain types of hair. And I did actually find some kind of a solution, and that was, normally in my system, I skip the half guard when I'm fading. I go from open taper, and I jump to a number one. I normally would come back with the half and just detail a little bit at the end, and boom, my haircut will be done. But I actually learned with these guards, it seems to work better if you just go in order. Just go straight to that half guard, then pick up the one, and I had a little bit better success. However, I gotta say, for me, it's still a little bit of a learning curve. I think I still gotta mess around with these a little bit more, but ultimately I just decided to go back to my other guards, and that made me really enjoy using the clipper. And just a quick heads up, in case you guys didn't know this, mostly all the other guards in the industry are going to fit, except for Andis, that's kind of like the black sheep, but your wall guards, Stylecraft guards, the dub guards, all of those are gonna fit, and you're gonna be able to use them on this clipper if you choose. Yo, real quick, look how pretty it is here. Well, I shout out the sponsor of today's video, and that's Booked In. You guys can head over to bookedin.com/Eddie, redeem your offer for 3 months, 50% off. I've been with them for a long time, and they're actually going to be helping me pay off a barber tuition for somebody in need very soon, so just wanna quickly shout out to them. Okay, back to the video, and real quick too, one more thing I want you guys to pay attention to for the end is I want you guys to see how the rest of all the other guys in the shop reacted when they got a chance to use it. You guys know I'm sponsored by Stylecraft, but they don't have a problem, nor do I, recognizing another great machine when I see one, and that's exactly what this is. So shout out to you guys and your crew, keep doing your thing, and yeah, let's get back to the video. So now we come to the point of the video where it's, should you buy this clipper? I don't know how they were able to keep it under $200, but it's some crazy value with the build, the features, and everything else you get. If you guys are gonna purchase this clipper, you guys can head over and see my friends at Fort Worth Barber Supply, use the code Eddie10 and save 10%. They ship fast, they're reliable, and most of all, they support education in the barber business like no other. So obviously these videos are a lot of work to make, so if you guys can do me the smallest of favors, smash that like button, drop some comments down below, and let me know what you guys think about the video. And if you guys can see my new microphone, we actually have a wall vapor that's equipped with an Echo Crunch blade, and let's just say things are clicking on this one. How did we do it? We're gonna be talking about that in a future video. Subscribe if you're not already. Over 1,000 videos to help you learn, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, I'm out. How do you like the Tomb 45 clipper?
It's amazing. It reminds me of the Oster Fast Feeds and the Andis Masters. So good job on whoever made these.
Awesome. All right, yo, you've been using the clipper all day. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it can't knock the clipper. It's got power. It does cut really smooth. The only hang up I think is going to be on the guards. Nothing that you can't get past. Learn it. I did a couple haircuts with it, but the guards are a little bit different.
Right, right.
I think you have to maybe. The gap on each guard, you have to go up a little higher, a little more room to.
45 clipper is a nice clipper. You know, it's got a nice feel to it. It's a little weighty, a little hefty, but overall it's a pretty nice clipper. It's got a lot of power. I like the power of it, like the colors of it, ergonomics. I'm not the biggest fan of the guards, which they remind me of Andis guards without the magnets. I'm not a fan of those type of guards, but overall it's a great clipper. You know, it's pretty good. Can't complain with it. It's just not my favorite.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Kenny. Last one. What's your opinion of the Tomb 45 clipper?
I like it. I like the trimmer too. Can we talk about the trimmer?
No, it's not the trimmer video.
Oh shit.
We gotta withhold that. All right.
All right, can't erase it.
Yeah, okay. All right, give me the clipper.
I like the clipper. I like how it feels. It kind of. Okay, erase it. I like the clipper. Very smooth. Doesn't snag when removing bulk. Overall, I love it. I like it to detail a lot.
What about the guards?
I didn't really use the guards. I always stick to wall guards or the double magnetic Starcraft.
All right, you think it's worth $200?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think it's underpriced.
Awesome. Thanks, bro. Oh, that does like that. I just noticed something. When you hold that button down, that's how you know it's in high power mode. That lights up. I did not know that, because when it's in low power mode, that goes away. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to use my ears to figure out like if it's in high or low. It's a new product, so. Okay. I wonder if the trimmer's the same way. Just had a little realization here. There's a little bit of lava clay. Yo, it's cold out here, but it's actually not. It's oddly weird, but boy, when that wind picks up, you feel it. And check out this thing. This thing, that thing was stuck. We got it out, but then we had to go and get one of these. So I went right back to the airport and got me this Grand Wagoneer. Pretty sweet vehicle. I really hope. These videos are obviously a lot of work to make, so if you guys could do me a favor, smash that thumbs up on your way out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.